Okay, in this video I want to take a look at how do we take a photograph, how do we take a photographic element and turn it into a brush. So here we go. So I'm going to begin with this succulent right in here, and I want to turn it into a brush. And really the way that I'm using this, it's much more like a stamp. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a selection of it. So I need to actually grab my quick selection tool. If you don't see it, it might be in with the magic wand. So I need my quick selection tool, and I'm going to come on in and I want to select this. Now, in order to add to my selection, I'm going to hold down Shift, and this will start to move around and get what I have here. Now, okay, looks like I got some things that I don't want. I don't want this little part in here. So if I hold down Option, I can take away some of this. So see how I can push it back through in here? Okay. And maybe, I don't want that little piece in there. Now I can take away this little part in here too, right? I don't want this part in there. And I don't necessarily want it to have this like rough edge. So maybe I'm going to bring it in even a little bit further. All right, so now this is the story, right? Maybe you might be feeling like, hey, you know, I'm not getting everything that I want in here. I want to get a more of a direct selection. So what I want to show you how to do are quick masks, which are super duper powerful. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We have our, right now we have our selection, and we could say that we could call these our marching ants, okay? And in order to get a very exact selection, we can edit this in quick mask mode. Now, when we look at our tools, we come to the bottom left, we see this image right here. I'm going to double click it just so we can see. So this is edit in quick mask mode. And how I have mine set is the masked area is I'm making it red, and I'm going to up the opacity a little bit. I'm going to put it up to 65%, okay? And I'm going to hit OK. All right, so right now I'm in quick mask mode. So what this is saying is that everything that is not red is in my selection. So what's great is I can really come in here and I can add and take away. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I need to work with my brush. And I have a crazy brush here selected. So I want to come on in here. I'm going to put this brush in right here. And when I have black on top, see what happens is I add the red. Now when I put white up on top, I can take away. So if I want to put this piece and I want to add it onto my selection, I can. I'm going to zoom it on in, and I'm going to get a really nice selection. And I could come on over here and take a look and see I'm adding to my marching ants. So again, working in quick mask mode now is a really good way, and I can see I'm making mistakes in here, going quick, quick, quick. You can see that, you know, I've had times where I've worked in Photoshop where I am working on one pixel at a time. Make this bigger, this brush a little bit bigger. I can take this away. Now again, I would come in super close, and I can see this mistake right in here. And I could come in and make it much smaller. Okay, so lots of possibilities here. I'm going to hit pause and be back in a minute with a much better selection. But before I do that, again, we really can come in here, and when we do quick mask mode, we can get extremely close and exact selections. Okay, so I have a better selection here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this into a brush. Super duper easy. All I'm going to do is come in, go to Edit, and I'm going to say Define Brush Preset and Sample Brush. I'm going to hit OK. And now it will actually appear in my brushes. But before I go any further too, I'm going to also come on in and do a color fill. I'm going to say Edit Fill, and I'm going to choose a color Let's come on in here and find a good one. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to also come in, edit, define brush preset one more time. I'm going to say okay. Excellent. So I'm going to undo my selection, and I'm going to I'll leave that there. And now I have my brushes. Now this is the great thing as well, right? Because these will be loaded in your brushes and it won't matter. So I just left this big thing here, but I could go and open up another file and they're gonna still be there. All right, so now I'm gonna come on over to another document that I have that I've been working on, and I can start working with those brushes. Actually, I'm gonna come on over to this empty one that I have, and we'll take a look at this one. So I'm going to go create a new layer. I'm going to chuck this layer right there, delete that layer, and let's just experiment with the ones that we've done. So I'm going to come on in, grab my B for my brush, and I can see that they're both right here. So I can start with the color. Now this is the story. When you start working with the brush as well, it's not necessarily dark. It comes in, well, let's take a look at this one right here. So this one we're going to put in over top. And I'm going to change the color of this one. All right, so we can see that, it comes on in the one that we did, and it's much more like a stamp. And what will happen is Photoshop will render the image as a grayscale, and wherever the image is lighter, it will be more transparent. Okay, so let's try to come on in and let's place that image in over something. So come on in. So we could see that, we could take this and create different kinds of compositions, layering things. Again, I can come on in here. I can flip this around and creating just another layer of visual image interest, putting images over top of one another, and lots of possibilities. Thanks so much.